Morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday. How's everybody today? It is Saturday morning, nice and foggy. Yeah, what's it like where you are? Yeah, it's nice though. It's nice. My first time kind of talking properly this morning. I actually kind of feel like I'm a bit caught up, like I have a bit of a head cold or something. I'm going to use some breathe oil just to clear out my sinuses. God, it's not often I feel sick, in fairness. It never happens. Thank God. Grateful for that. Very grateful for that. So how are we getting on and getting some lovely messages? I got a lovely message yesterday from a lady that was struggling through mirror work, and now yesterday was like a massive breakthrough for her. I screenshotted her message, and I'm actually not sure if because with picking up my new car yesterday, everything was all a bit of a blur. The whole day was kind of taken up with that. Well, not the whole day, but the second half of the day. And I'm not sure if I shared it, but definitely I'll go back into it and share it today. Yeah, really great. And it's so lovely to see that it's helping so many people. So keep the messages coming, keep letting me know. Jot down in the comments, let me know how you're getting on. I'm dying to know, and I love to hear your stories, and whether you're struggling or not, just let me know. I just like to keep on top of it, and don't forget to write, day 4 done, whatever it is. Okay, so we're going to write some gratitudes first before we jump into the mirror work. Perfect. Okay, so today is Friday the 15th of August. And today I am grateful for. And then write your list. You don't have to write that every time. Okay, so the first one I always write down is Bob's affirmation. Now that everything in my life is moving in harmony with God's laws. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and really feel the emotions attached to each gratitude. Alrighty, so we'll write a few more and see how you get on, and then we will send the love. Alrighty. Here, celery juice. It's delicious. Okay, how's everybody getting on? More sorry, I haven't seen who's on at all this morning. My eyes are getting it. Morning, Alice. Morning, Sheena. Yes, so we're just writing a few gratitudes. We'll write a couple more and then we will send the love. Okay, perfect. So we'll just write down for this and for more. I am grateful. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Alrighty, so now it's time to send love to 3 people that are bothering us. So, well, it's really 2 people. The third one is ourselves. So just pick somebody that maybe you have chosen somebody already to send love to that is bothering you. It could be something from your past, and if it is, it may take a week or 2. It could take a month or 2 before you actually, fully forgive this person, and you'll know when you've forgiven them when you just don't see them anymore when you go to send love to them. So just picture them standing in front of you with a white light or a gold light going from your heart to theirs and sending the love. And it's such a lovely thing to do because you're getting your energy back from them, and you are making more space inside of you for more positive energy. Alrighty, so we close our eyes and send the love. Okay, perfect. When you're ready, move on to person number 2. Okay, perfect. And when you're ready, move on to yourself. So picture you standing in front of you with a white light going from your heart to yours and sending the love. Okay, perfect. So now we ask for guidance for the day. So if there's a question that you've been, wondering about, or the decision you need to make, you just really, really relax and ask the universe this question and wait for the answer. Don't force the answer in. This can take a bit of practice, so maybe do it again after this call or at some stage throughout the day, and you may get the answer in a day or 2. It may not happen straight away, so it's just following your intuition. If it's the name of somebody that you need to call or help, or maybe they're there to help you. You just don't know. So always follow your intuition and make that call if somebody's face or name comes into your head in a few days time or whatever, and you just don't know. So give them a call. Okay, so we're going to close our eyes again and ask for guidance. Okay. Okay, perfect. So, right, let's jump into day 6. And how are you finding it? It's really, really good, isn't it? It's like it's unbelievable. It's different, definitely different, and yeah, some great breakthroughs, which is fantastic. Sorry, that's day 5. And are you listening to the meditation? They're so lovely. They're so short and sweet. They're just lovely. So today is all about releasing your inner critic. And this would be massive now for me because, you know, I've always been self-criticizing, always grown up doing it. And I think when you're, you know, when you're doing it, you're kind of normal. And if you're not doing it, you're not normal. I just, you know, like it was totally the norm in school. And if you loved yourself, God forbid, you know, oh, that one is up herself. She loves herself, that one, you know, and you're talked about in that way, which is terrible. So you learn, well, it's better not to love myself. So it's mad, isn't it? And now we're told, no, love yourself. So it's so these thoughts are going on in our minds from years and years and years. You start to believe them, and then you turn into that person sometimes. So it can be very, very hard to get rid of those thoughts. But hopefully today will help you get rid of some of them anyway. Okay, so today you learn to break the habit of judgment and self-criticism and go beyond the need to put yourself down. Look into the mirror today and take a few moments to congratulate yourself. You are beginning to love and approve of yourself. You are beginning to love and approve of yourself, or at least to be willing to do so. Wherever you are in the process, celebrate the process you have made so far. I celebrate you and your commitment to do mirror work. And even if this is your day 1, if you've just found this here this morning, that's okay. Just start at day 1 or start today. Make a decision to start today and continue on. You don't have to go back to day 1. It's okay, but that's absolutely perfect. But just do it, you know. And even if you wanted to go back and even just say the affirmations from day 1 to 5. Perfect, even better. But you could start today. So you know, your commitment is massive, you know, and there's still another 2 weeks to go. We have a little bit more than 2 weeks to go. So why not? The more mirror work you do, the more aware of your self-talk you become. And that's so true. Like, my self-talk got less and less and less since I started doing this. I do most of you know I'm doing Thinking into Results, which is a Bob Proctor course. And from day 1, your routine is mirror work. And the first 2 compliments you give into each eye is, I love you, you are perfect as you are. So, and I've never done anything like that before. And as I do that every single day, the negative talk got so much less. And especially getting into bed at night, we write a success journal, you know, good things we did that day. It could have been only 2 things, could be 3 things, it could be a little conversation you had with your child, a hug you had, whatever it is. And you're going into bed thinking of that, rather than thinking, oh, what didn't I do today? Oh God, I should have done that. I can't believe I had a list and I didn't do it, I didn't finish my list, or whatever it is. You're not getting into bed thinking those negative thoughts. And that is massive. That was massive for me, because that's exactly what I used to do. So if I asked you to play a tape of your inner dialogue today, what would it sound like? Would you be listening to negative affirmations like, I am so stupid, I am a klutz, nobody asks me what I think, why are there so many inconsiderate people? Is your inner voice constantly picking at everything? Are you seeing the world through critical eyes? Do you judge everything? Do you stand in self-righteousness? So many of us have strong habit of judgment and criticism that we cannot easily break it. I used to be a constant complainer, full of self-pity. I used to wallow in the pits. I didn't know that I was perpetuating situations in which to pity myself. I didn't know any better in those days. And it's so true. Everybody did it. We just joined in. It is important to do your mirror work because it makes you actually acutely aware of judgments and negative self-talk, and allows you to release your inner critic as soon as you can. You will never be able to love yourself until you go beyond the need to put yourself down and make life wrong. As a little baby, you were so open to life. You looked at the world with eyes of wonder. Unless something was scary or someone harmed you, You accepted life just as it was. And it's so true. You see your kids that are, especially the ones that are under 7, and they're just so full of life, they're happy, and they're just happy-go-lucky because they don't have that awareness yet, and they don't criticize or judge anybody. And isn't it lovely to see? And we were once like that too. Okay, so as a little baby, you were so open to life. You looked at the world with eyes of wonder. Unless something was scary or someone harmed you, you accepted life just as it was. Later, as you grew up, you began to accept the opinions of others and make them your own. You learned how to criticize. And it's surrounding yourself with others. What helped me eventually was that I started to listen to what I was saying. I became aware of my inner critic, and I worked on to stop my self-criticism. I began to say positive affirmations in front of the mirror without quite knowing what they meant. I just kept saying them over and over again. I started to say easy ones. I love myself. I approve of myself. Then I graduated to these. My opinions are valued. I released the need to criticize myself. I released the need to criticize others. So, so lovely. I think maybe we'll write those ones down. Yeah, let's write that down. Okay, so we get our journal. Oh yeah, your abundance journal. And today is day 6. Perfect. Okay, so I love myself. I approve of myself. Okay, my opinions are valued. I release the need to criticize myself. I release the need to criticize others. Okay, we'll go one more time. It is a long one, so we won't write it 3 times today. We'll just write it twice. Okay, I love myself. I approve of myself. So affirmations are something that we need to be saying every day. And you can, all those ones that we have written down for this, you can be saying them. You can incorporate the right ones for you or change them up, different days. But definitely be saying positive affirmations to yourself every single day. Okay, so my opinions are valued. I release the need to criticize myself. I release the need to criticize others. Perfect. Okay, so let's read on. Okay, after a while I started noticing that positive changes were beginning to take place. And you will too. So when you work on releasing your inner critic, you too will begin to notice changes. I believe that criticism shrivels our spirits. It reinforces the belief that I'm not good enough. It certainly doesn't bring out the best in us. But when you release that inner critic, you get in touch with your higher self. Sorry, I haven't been seeing it. Morning, Marie. Morning, Sandra. How are you all? Thanks so much for jumping on. Okay, so let's check. Are you learning to play a tape of positive affirmations in your mind? Are you paying attention to your thoughts and replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations? By doing mirror work, you'll become more aware of your inner voice and what you say to yourself. Then you'll be able to release the need to pick on yourself all the time. And when you do, you will notice that you no longer criticize others as much. When you make it okay to be yourself, then you automatically allow others to be themselves. Their little habits no longer bother you as much. You release the need to change others as you want them to be. So true. And that has definitely 100% happened to me. And I was just thinking, I'm becoming a lot more patient or more calmer or, calmer in my own mind. But that's exactly what was happening. What people were doing didn't bother me as much. And the way I see it is everybody is so different. So, and everybody has their own programming. So, if somebody tells me something bad about somebody, I'm like, oh, okay, that's just their programming, you know. I don't judge, because who am I to judge? And it's none of my business, and I don't want to talk about anybody else. I have enough going on in my own life, so I don't talk about anybody. Yeah, so you will stop doing that. So then, as you stop judging others, they release the need to judge you. Everybody gets to be free. Sounds amazing. Our feelings are thoughts in action. There is no need to feel any guilt or shame about them. They serve a purpose, and when you release negative thoughts from your mind and your body, you allow space inside for more positive feelings and experiences. That's when I say, you know, send love to these people, to 3 people that are bothering you. You are making space for more positive energy, so more positive feelings and experiences. Sounds so lovely. So let's affirm. It is now safe for me to release my inner critic and to move into love. Let's write that one down as well. Okay. It is now safe for me to release my inner critic and move into love. Okay, and one more time. It is now safe for me to release my inner critic and move into love. So lovely. Okay, so day 6, you find a quiet place with a mirror where you feel safe and where you won't be disturbed. Look into the mirror, look straight into your eyes, and if you're still uncomfortable doing this, then concentrate on your mouth or your nose. Talk to your inner child. Your inner child wants to know and blossom and needs love, acceptance and praise. And you know what really helps as well? If it's Sylvia. Sylvia's my mentor in Thinking Into Results program. She got us to find a photo of ourselves when we were like 3, 4, 5, whatever age. And just to use that and look into that and even talk to your inner child. It took me a while to find the photo because I wasn't going down home because of lockdown, but I found one here actually. So this is my one. So I think here I was about 4. So I have that here on my desk, and sometimes I will look at it and talk to her, and it's you know, it's you, but it's your inner child. So it's a really great thing to do, to connect with your inner child. So your inner child wants to grow and blossom and needs love, acceptance and praise. Now say these affirmations. I love you, and I know you are doing the best you can. You are perfect just as you are. I approve of you. So I will be sharing this on the post. But the affirmations that we wrote down won't be on the post, so that's why we wrote them down, so you'll always have them. Okay, so you may want to do this exercise several times before you truly feel that your inner voice is less critical. Do what feels right for you. Okay, so your journaling exercise for today is make a list of 5 things you criticize about yourself. So whatever it is, it can be anything. So it can be your body, the way you look, it can be your legs, it can be, you know, the way you you know, you're not good enough, or you know, whatever it is that you say negative to yourself, whatever you criticize yourself for, write it down. And it could be 10 and it could be 2. It doesn't have to be 5, but definitely write, you know, there's going to be something there, so write it down. Okay, so go down the list, and beside each item, write the date on which you began to criticize yourself for this particular thing. So I know for me, I was always criticizing my body from school. Always. So you're talking, well, I'm 43 now, going back, you know, whatever, 30 years, 35 years, I've been criticizing my body. So that's a long time, the same thing in your mind all the time. And if you can't remember the exact date, just be approximate. So I don't know the exact date, but I know exactly when it happened, when it started. Are you amazed at how long you've been picking on yourself? This habit of self-criticism has not produced any positive changes, has it? Criticism doesn't work. It only makes you feel bad. So when you think about it, what good has it done? Absolutely none. But definitely, what I didn't say earlier is when, I criticized my body since I was in school, but that has become less and less and since I started doing this mirror work, and that it has been a game changer for me. It really has. So be willing to stop it. So criticism doesn't work. It only makes you feel bad. Exactly, it makes you feel bad. So why do it? So change each of the 5 criticisms on your list to a positive affirmation. Carry this list with you. When you notice yourself being judgmental, take out your list and read it a few times, as in read your affirmations, your positive list, and read it a few times. Better yet, read it out loud in front of the mirror. So that's lovely. That is really, really nice. I love today's journaling exercise. It's really, really powerful. Okay, so your heart thought for today: I love and accept myself exactly as I am. We all have areas of our lives that we think are acceptable and unacceptable, and unlovable. If we're really angry with parts of ourselves, we often engage in self-abuse. We abuse alcohol, drugs, cigarettes. We overeat. We beat ourselves up emotionally. One of the worst things we do, which causes more damage than anything else, is we criticize ourselves. We need to stop all criticism. Once we get into the habit of not criticizing ourselves, it's amazing how we stop criticizing other people. We realize that everyone is a reflection of us, and what we see in another person, we can see in ourselves. When we complain about someone, we're really complaining about ourselves. When we can truly love and accept who we are, there is nothing to complain about. We cannot hurt ourselves. We cannot hurt another person. Let's make a vow that we will no longer criticize ourselves for anything. So today will definitely be an all-day work. It will definitely take all day, and it will take more than today. So, whatever positive affirmations you write down, they're obviously going to be the polar opposite of what you've been criticizing yourself for. So it could be like, it's you're someone like me criticizing your body. An affirmation I love to say now is, my body's getting stronger and slimmer every day. My body's getting stronger and slimmer every day. Or even something simple like, I love my body. I'm learning to love my body. Whatever it is for you, write it down and carry it with you today. And as soon as a judgment comes into your head, a negative judgment of yourself comes in, take it out and read the positive affirmations. Don't carry the negative ones with you, just the positive ones with you. You don't want to focus on those at all. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. I'll post it all on this after this video. And best of luck and enjoy it. Most of all, enjoy it. And let me know how you're getting on. And I want to see day 6 done. I want to see that tonight or by the latest 7:30 tomorrow morning. And enjoy it, as I said. And thanks again for coming on, everyone. And any questions as usual, you know where I am. Alrighty, talk to you tomorrow. Bye.